Some of the Palestinians fleeing war-torn Gaza who had their visas suddenly cancelled while trying to get to Australia have now had their documents reissued, but there's still heartbreak for those left in limbo.
The Home Affairs Department cancelled several visitor visas last week. The ABC has been told additional security and other checks have been carried out, which have resulted in an unknown number of Palestinians being given the green light. Let's go straight to our political reporter, Nicole Hegarty at Parliament House. Nicole, good morning. So what do we know so far about this?
Good morning, Michael. Well, as you say, this applies to some of that cohort, not all of them, but in terms of the numbers, the Home Affairs Department is not confirming, firstly, how many had their visas cancelled, and secondly, how many have now had them reinstated. We do know from the Palestinian Australia Relief and Action Group that 8 of the 12 people they were assisting have had their visas reinstated, but as to what proportion of the overall group that is, we simply do not know. Now, more than 2,200 temporary visas have been issued to people declaring Palestinian citizenship since October. Several members of that cohort were last week told their visas were cancelled and they could not therefore travel to Australia. By way of reason, they were told, look, we don't think that you ever intended to stay in Australia temporarily. That left that cohort distressed and in many cases in turmoil because they were already part of the way along that journey to get to Australia. So they were in a different country, and when they learnt that their visas had been cancelled, the department now says that it's reissued those visas following security and other checks, and that they are now able to make their way to Australia.
Hani had his visa cancelled while travelling to Australia and is now stuck at Istanbul airport. He's yet to hear anything from the government so far. We first spoke to him on Friday and we're grateful that he joins us again from the airport. Hani, how are you? And how has life been at the airport? What have you been up to?
First of all, thank you for having me today at your channel. And secondly, I can't describe to you what I'm feeling right now. I just can't tell you if I'm feeling well or not. I'm just here living at the airport for 4 days, doing nothing at all.
Yeah, I know it's a really distressing situation for you. On Friday, you were saying that you were just completely shocked because as far as you knew, your visa was valid. You were on the way to Australia where you do have a support network here in Australia. Have you been able to speak to anyone, advocates, other Palestinians here in Australia about what more could be done to ensure that your visa may be reissued?
So first of all, it is frustrating that there is no other country in this world that can open its doors to me. As you can see, I'm just wandering every inch and corner in here waiting for my destiny. As you know, the moment I've put my feet in the Turkish airport, I get the news of my visa cancellation. I'm just feeling like so lost. I don't know how to do anything in this airport.
And Hani, have you been able to speak to your family in Egypt and in Gaza? How are they all doing at the moment? Because you did have some concern for the health and well-being of some of your relatives.
I surely miss my family a lot. Just miss my mom and my twin sister. I'm not used to be alone and like separated from them. This is my first time flying internationally, and I didn't know what to do at first. I just only have this is my only shirt that I have, and this is the only trousers I've been wearing. I'm just spending all my money on food and to just like connect to the internet and have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and if
that's kind of frustrating. Yeah.
If you had to get back into another country, would you have to reapply for a visa, say if you had to get back into Egypt? Do you have the money and the capability to be able to do that?
Sadly, I don't have the money to get back to Egypt because it costs a lot. And there is a bit of chance that Egypt put me to a room that can transfer me to Gaza. I'm just like I'm worried about that, that I can return to Gaza where a genocide is committed.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous situation in Gaza right now. Hani, we thank you very much again for joining us on the program. We'll stay in touch with you and we hope that you stay well at the airport there. Thanks, Hani.
Thank you. Beryl.